Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, September the 15th, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot cards. So we have the page of presents, pentacles here, and it's like something is coming in here. We keep getting this like pentacle energy. Like the retrograde was, because people, places, and things were not supposed to come with you as you go into this new journey. So we're purging a lot of things. I definitely feel 1,000 times lighter today. I feel relieved. Like there was a certain situation where, I've been introduced to other people, you know what I mean? But it's just like my heart was with this person. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, why would I sit there and entertain something when I like this person? You know what I mean? So I was just like, at the time, I was just like, I know, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I don't know. I just honor my feelings. I'm just like, well, I like this person, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? Like, my heart isn't there. Like, I wasn't interested. So, but it's just like, it was crystal clear, like, that ain't gonna ever happen. You know what I mean? But it's just like, there's been signs and red flags and everything. And my head was just like, hello, da da da. And then my heart is like SpongeBob with like, kind of like Squidward. Like, Squidward hates SpongeBob. And SpongeBob is just like, I love you. And he's just like, are you crazy? Like he wants to move and everything, and it's just like, it's like, oh my word, my heart, I swear to God. We have the High Priestess, so there's things that are unbeknownst to us that is coming in, and I love the fact that this libertarian energy, it's been trying to come in. It's like we get a lot of cards that have pillars, and it's the Boaz and Jehovah, and it's just like, let the balance come back in. And I feel like a lot of us will probably feel that way. It's just like, you've been feeling like off. You know what I mean? And just like, why do I feel off? Why am I having panic attacks? Thank God I came across this Australian healer. She's the one that got me into the castor oil healing. And then I kept watching her. And she's teaching all these homeopathic ways, like, how to cure illness, how to cure an earache, and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting there and I'm downloading all the videos, and I'm keeping it on a private page I have for myself on Facebook. And it's just like, she's sitting there and she's talking about how to break panic attacks and stuff. It's the same way how I broke my negative energy patterns, and I've shared that with you guys, especially when Shane passed away. It's like it kept trying to bring me back to the trauma, back to the trauma, back to the trauma. And I'm just like, okay, this isn't healthy. It's like, it happened. I kind of wrapped my head. I did not accept the fact that he passed away. I'm like, any moment now, he's going to walk through that door, say he made a mistake, and we're going to go back to our life. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know what I mean? Because when my dad passed and I saw him, I almost like passed out like 3 times. And my kids were so broken, understandably, when this happened. And I was just like, I wanted to go. There was a part of me was just like, get up and go. The kids are safe. They were. But I was just like, they need me right now because like they kept falling apart, which is understandable. They just did not have a good time of it. So I'm just like, you know what? You need to be with your kids. Like, and I'm glad I did that. But at the same sense, it's like the reality never clicked. You know what I mean? But that's fine. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I would sit there and I'm like, when I would panic about my life, I would be like, okay, I am safe. We are safe. We have a roof over our head, clothes on our back, food on our table. We are safe. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely, it started getting less and less and less. Just like negative thoughts. It comes in and it's just like, shut up, like telling it to shut up. And my son suffers from this, which I hate. And I knew they would. One of them would, and they're both hard on themselves. But I tell them, I'm like, tell them to shut up. I'm like, that's always going to be a voice in your head. That's why I always tell my kids, words are weapons. And I'm like, Shane said something to me in 2011, and he's just like, he would say, oh, well, you said something to provoke it. I'm like, I didn't say anything to you. You just came out of the kitchen arrogantly and just said it. And I'm like, maybe you're feeling yourself that day, but, it was very hurtful. And I actually fell out of love with him that day. I was just like, I'm like, are you kidding me? After everything I just did for our family. And I'm like, I can understand if we were arguing, sometimes we say things, but it still sticks with us. But that was just came out of the kitchen, and he just was like, out of nowhere. I can't even remember. We were like walking towards each other. I don't know if I was heading into the living room to watch a show or put something away, but it's like we kind of just met with each other. He just said it. And I'm just like, I didn't talk to him for days because of it. I was just like, what in the flying hell? Like, you know what I mean? It's just, if you've ever had your partner say something to you that just like jolts you to your soul, you're just like, what the heck? And that's why it's like, that's where our shadow thoughts thrive. Because you're told this and that. It starts when you're a child. You're told this and that by your parents, your relatives, your teachers, your peers, your co-workers, whomever you call a stranger. You know what I mean? It's like that's where that thrives. And it's just like it tries to, kind of like when you watch Moana and that black, darkness kind of seeps into everything. And that's what it is. And that's why I always tell my kids, words are weapons. Watch what you say to each other. I'm like, because that's what they're going to remember when they're feeling low. Or God forbid, that's the last things you ever say to them. That's why I was like, with Shane, I have no regrets because it's like, I saw him off to work that day. Love you. See you tonight. Gave him his coffee, his backpack, make sure everything was good, made sure he, backed out of the driveway. Great. And he went on with his day. So you know what I mean? It's just like, he left in a positive way. I know he's transformed. He knows he's loved, but it's like, his human flesh self knew that he was loved. You know what I mean? Like, he knew that we loved him. So it's just like, he didn't leave in any, like, it's not like we had a big blow up. Like, I would never want someone to go to work with that and all that. You know what I mean? Feeling that kind of way, because I remember going to school feeling that way. So it's like, even when someone goes to bed, it's like, even if you're angry with each other, it's like, still sleep in the same bed, still say I love you. You know what I mean? Because it's just like just what happened with us. You never know, So with this brilliant doctor, she's Australian. She teaches homeopathic classes. She's like, with breaking a panic attack, she's like, you're safe, you're not in danger, everything is fine. You're training your frontal lobe to be like, when you're in that panic. Because I even said that to myself, like, when I was having panic attacks during retrograde, I'm like, I'm fine. I have nothing to be panicking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that situation was already gone, so it's just like, why am I panicking? Trying to tell myself, like, trying to change that. She's like, you should laugh. And she's like, to get some Celtic salt, you take 1 grain, you put it on your tongue and chase it with a back of water. And it's training yourself to get out of it. So it's just like, I love the fact, like, you know what I mean? Because she kept having panic attacks because the one person she was treating went through a traumatic situation. And, her mom's like, you should go see a therapist. And she did. She was seeing a therapist for it. And they put her on medication for the rest of her life because she had panic attacks. So it's like, I love that because it's like training you, you know what I mean, to come out of it, So I just love people that are just like, we can get through, you know what I mean? Like, even my son, I listen to him. He's been through a lot. And it's just like, he was on medication for it. And he's like, I want to start coming down. I'm like, not a problem. Because I trust my son. I'm not in his body. And I'm like, not a problem. You've been doing great for a very long time. So let's, take it down. We took it down. He's doing great still. He's like, I want to get completely off of it. I said, well, you don't understand. I'm like, you've been in this for so long. You got to ease off of it. He noticed that when he made, he went from, 10 to 5. Like, because they reduced it by 5. And he's just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you've been numbed out for a while. I said, now you're coming off of it. Now you're feeling everything you weren't able to feel. So it's a lot. And I'm like, and I keep asking him, how you doing? And, he has calming gummies. Like, they're all natural. They're not that other stuff, CPD or anything like that. It's just a calming gummy, like a natural herb. That's it. I'm saying that and it sounds like I'm talking about marijuana. It's not. It's just a natural herb. But you can buy them off of Amazon. So he's on that. And it's just like, I keep an eye on him. And I'm like, I keep telling him, it's okay to feel the things you're feeling. Like, that's the natural thing to do, is to feel feelings. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I'm proud of him and I keep checking on him because it's okay to go up and it's okay to go down. You know what I mean? But I told him, I'm like, your body's just leveling out because you've been on 10 for a while. And he's like, well, when do I come off the half? And I said, well, we're going to probably have to do it every other day or something. I said, because your body has to get used to, I'm like, I said, for 5 months, you're going to be on this. I said half. And I said, your body's going to get used to it and you're going to feel things and you're going to learn how to cope. And I'm like, without it, so I'm glad she came across, and I'm going to sit there and teach him that, and I keep teaching them how to break shadow thought, because I'm like, I suffer from it really badly. Oh, it's, even my youngest, it's just like people's opinion. And I'm like, if you sit, because he thinks he's weird because he likes anime and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? If you sit there and change who you are because people think it's quote unquote weird, I'm like, you will never be happy. Because you will do everything else that pleases everyone else, and you will be the most miserable piece of work. You'll look at yourself in the mirror and you'll be like, who the hell are you? You don't look like anything that I thought, that we would look like. So it's just like, it's not worth it. I'd rather have nobody around me and be happier than a pig in poop. You know what I mean? Than be something that I don't want to be, and I have all these fake people around me. You know what I mean? So you gotta learn to love thyself. That's the biggest thing. The way you love, encourage, and nurture everybody else, you have to do that for yourself. And I feel like the biggest gift to yourself, even if someone thinks you're weird, you're this, you're that, who cares? You're happy. You're happy. You're not hurting nobody. Who cares? We have the 3 of Wands here. Something's coming in. I love the fact that this is totally my stick. Oh, my goodness. The bat candle holder. I just saw that card and I was like, oh, I love it. But they keep saying this with no harm to none, so it is. Something is coming out of the blue here. I feel like this is something you've been working towards. They're saying by the next full moon. So we had the new moon, so we're coming into, we should see the sickle in the sky soon. I have to look at the moon astroseek to see what the cycle is, because I don't see the moon in the sky right now. So it's just like, with determination and dedication, you will be the victor wearing the wreath. This is seeds that you've sown. These are things that you've planted. This is what you're moving towards. So I feel like it's like determination. I saw the Bath and Body Halloween collection. I'm like, I want the carriage and I want the crown skull candle holder head. And my mom happened to go that weekend. I'm like, can you check for this? She got it. Thank God. And then the skull candle holder crown head, I was able to get off of eBay. So I was just like, it's like in anything in life. And I always tell myself that you're determined to get things like you want in life. It's like you find a way to make it happen. I'm like, it's like anything else. You know what I mean? But some things like, you have to break them. It's, you know what I mean? Like my head, it was just like, no. My heart was just like, but duh. It's like you'll, and kind of like the brain's out to lunch. You know what I mean? But I love the fact with the Hermit in reverse and the Knight of Potions, I feel like this is where it's like that isolation is over. So I feel like this could be where the fact of like, this could be a move. Maybe you're in an isolated community and now you're moving into like more of a town or a city. This could also be for some people like love coming in. You know what I mean? Where it's just like that isolation is over because you've done the healing and you're ready for that to come into your life. You know what I mean? So it could be both, but I feel like that's what they're saying here. It's just like something's coming out of the blue with your determination. This is what you manifested. This is what you're trying to make happen. And this is where they're saying something is being offered to you. Because the Knight is offering the cup to you. So they're filling your cup. Someone is offering that to you. So, it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic. This could be a friendship. Remember, we got the 6 of Cups where it's just like familiar energy, that connection we got with Throne Thursday. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's be open to all possibilities, but also follow your intuition with the Queen of Candles, where it's just like, how do we proceed? How do we feel? Listen to your head. Our heart is like SpongeBob. We'll love everybody, even though they say they hate you and everything else. I want to kill you. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're just like, oh, but I love you. Oh, good gravy. So you're going to find your Patrick. Good gravy. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, September the 15th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. Remember, I am closed till Monday. Any readings that are being booked between now and then will be booked for the following week. And then we go into Yom Kippur. So it's like the next couple of weeks will, I won't be able to get everybody done in the period of time that I have, but I would definitely try. I always try to get to everybody as quickly as possible. I'm just being transparent. So may the universe bless you good. Have a safe and happy weekend. We'll see you for the next Daily Tarot Cards.